Welcome to third lecture on Control System Laboratory. In this lecture, I'm going to discuss about the simulation of the second order system. So here you can see the basic diagram of a second order system where you have an input RS that goes to this GS that is given by this expression. It has a unity feedback loop with an output of CS. This is the generalized second order system. We are going to work on this. Okay, now the formulas that are being used here are given here. This is the GS, the formula of the GS that is being used, that you can see written here. The closed loop transfer function that is considering the uh, unity feedback loop you are getting in this known format. You also know the expression of the damped frequency, where omega d is the damped frequency and omega n is the natural frequency. You have omega d as a fraction of omega n. You have this value zeta. Zeta tells you the waveform of the step input. You can also have we also have the expression for the phase angle, the rise time, the peak time, and the settling time. These expressions are already been discussed in the class. Okay, or again the peak overshoot is given by this expression. These expressions and the derivations are all discussed in the class. I'm not going to discuss it here. It is just a reminder for you. Okay, now in this experiment we are going to use MATLAB, and we are going to use, in order to discuss the second order system, we are going to discuss the RLC series circuit, where the output is taken across the voltage across the capacitor. The transfer function is given by this expression. I hope you can solve this expression by yourself. So from this expression we can find out that the omega n is 1 by root over LC, and zeta is equal to R by 2 into root over C by L. Okay, so here we are now going to the MATLAB, and we'll be seeing how the output is with this data of R, L, and C. So here in MATLAB, we are going to simulate the second order RLC series circuit. So we can see here I have written a couple of codes. The first two codes that you are very familiar with is the CLC, or clear screen. It will clear this command window and clear all the previous variables that are stored. This is used if you are using this you are running a new code after a lot of working with MATLAB. If you worked previously with MATLAB without closing it, there will be some stored variables which might interfere in your this present program. So when you type in clear all, it clears all those variables. Okay, now here you can see we have declared the values of R, L, and C. MATLAB here do not understand that this is a resistance, this is the inductance, and this is the capacitance. We have just made a particular variable. We named the variable this variable, and that variable contains a data of 1000. We named the variable L, which contains data of 10 to the power minus 3. If you can notice that this 10 to the power e minus 3 is is the MATLAB style of writing 10 to the 10 millihenry, or 10 into 10 to the power minus 3. E minus 3 is 10 to the power minus 3. Similarly, here we are trying to write 0.01 microfarad. So this micro is given by this E minus 6. E minus 6 is nothing but 10 to the power minus 6. We can also write it like this, multiplied by 10 raised to minus 6. This is the same way you can write it, or I prefer to write it like this. Okay, then if you remember from the previous discussion that we have defined the omega n. I am writing omega n as w underscore n is the 1 by square root of L into C. So I have written it like this. Okay, and then I have written zeta. I have named another variable zeta, which is given by the same value r by 2 into root over square root of C by L. Okay, so we have defined these two variables omega n and zeta. Now I define s. Remember, in the transfer function it is a variable of s. So MATLAB, when you write only s, MATLAB will understand s to be a general variable. It will not understand s to be the Laplace variable. In order to order to make the MATLAB understand as s is a Laplace variable rather than a normal variable, we have to write this code as s is a transfer function of s. This code tells the MATLAB, look, I am using s, but this s is not a variable of like 10 minus 5 or whatever. This is a Laplace variable. This variable is a complex variable. Now using this s, we are going to write the entire transfer function. As we can see, please note this. I will provide you with the programs. Please note that how this program are written. So this it is, I'm creating a transfer function. Okay, this closed loop transfer function that is being created is named as TRFN. You can name whatever you like. I have named the closed loop transfer function as TRFN. TRFN is the transfer function. This TF is a function within MATLAB that converts a general formula to a transfer function. Okay, so this TF function, I'm using this TF function to convert a general formula. The formula is given by this, that is omega n squared by s squared plus 2 zeta into omega n into s plus omega n squared. You know about this formula. Remember, when you write in MATLAB, you have to write 2 into zeta into omega n into s. Do not write 2 zeta n omega n s. In MATLAB will not understand it. You have to make sure that 2 is multiplied with zeta is multiplied with omega n is multiplied with s. Okay. Now after this, you have used this TF function to convert this to a transfer function. Now we use this function in MATLAB that evaluates the step response. It what it does is that it gives a step input, unit step input, and it shows the output. The next line, step info TRFN, is that it gives you the different information after you simulate a step response. Okay, so this command will give you the different values of rise time, peak time. It will give you all these values. And this command grid on, I think I have told you before, this is nothing but when you have this output, output will have all the verticals and horizontal line to make you understand where the point lies. Okay, you can take it, if you can switch it off or switch it on. Normally by default the grid is switched off. You have to write a code to write the grid to be on. Okay, now I am now what you will have to do, you are going to save it. I have already saved it. Remember, I have used this percentage. This percentage sign tells you that this is nothing but a comment. Why do I require it? To make me understand, okay, this is a program for a second order RLC circuit. Okay, if I do not use this comment, MATLAB will take this to be some command which it will not understand. So if I run it, it will give me error. Okay, so I have to tell no, this is a comment, not a program line. Okay, now when I run it, it shows busy, the program is running. Now the figure shows. Okay, you see the step input, so you have this one, the step is here 0 to 1 and continues to 1, but the output is this. So you can see there is a peak overshoot. This is till this point, it is the rise time. Rise time is, so if you see the time here is 0.02, sorry, 0.2 10 to the power minus 4. So it is something 0.23 10 to the power minus 4. This is the rise time. You have to see the peak overshoot. Okay, so all these, the settling time, everything will be shown in the step info command. But what I did here is that I have made a colon, semicolon here. If I place a semicolon, it won't be shown here. So what I need to do is that you have to take the semicolon off. Okay, I have to take this semicolon off and then save it and then run it again. So it shows the graph, and you can see in the command window, I just increase the size of the command window. It tells you the rise time, the settling time, all the overshoot, everything it tells you by this step info function. Okay, so this is the end of the MATLAB program for the simple second order RLC circuit.